Hi there, this is Allison Court, and you are listening to my voice, talking to you on Pro Teaches Noobs. Who are you calling noobs? I'm not me. I'm not the noob here. That might be... Oh, you might want to talk to that dead chick or the one that hangs out with the ghosts. Hey, Beetlejuice, we have to get to the netherworld. Wait, were you saying I'm the noobs here? Could you two please stop bickering? I'm looking for my brother. Oh man, is he lost again? I don't know that he wants to be found, or he certainly doesn't want to be found by you. Anyway, let's go to the mall, get some chili fries. Chill out. No, are you not aware that we're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse right now? How can you two just fool around like this? Get it together. Grow up. I'm just a teenager, so I think I'm gonna go hang out with my dead friend. Okay, bye. Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with my mutant friends because you're kind of dull and total buzz killer. Okay then, I guess I'm on my own. Jubilee, wait!
Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teaches Noob. Today I have with me Pika.
Hey.
Hey, and today we're going over something I'm sure Tristan will be grateful I'm not pushing her into going over. Because we don't. I'm still gonna make her do Turtles, Ninja Turtles, Stranger Things, and continue on with Last Rodin. But as far as doing Turtles of Grayskull. Now, originally when they were. Tim Seeley and Freddie Williams, who worked together on the Masters of the Universe versus Injustice, were working on a version of this crossover that would have been a follow-up to that. And it would involve Skeletor landing in the Turtles universe and all that, but then DC lost the rights and then Dark Horse got them. But there was already a toy line coming about with this whole thing. So it was decided instead to do to do a crossover, but this one's its own original thing. But yeah, it's involving a bit of a wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Oh god, well, something in the sense that
we're gonna see stuff that happened. We're gonna be tossed right in the middle of things, and then everything will be explained as it goes.
Okay, that is one framing device and.
It's Freddie E. Williams. He's the king of crossovers. I mean, the Batman Turtle trilogy, the Thundercats He-Man, the aforementioned Master of the Universe Injustice, the first Power Rangers Godzilla.
Oh, that I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, now this. I cannot think of anyone who's done as many crossovers and done it with such love. Are you coming? The invite said they're calling any second now. I've got the right time, right? I don't know. This is weird. Yes, I have waited with great anticipation. There was no one in the house. I admit I have let myself go, and I did not have your TV good looks to begin with. Oh, stop. The only thing they'd be happy to see after this and long is a thin crusted cheeseburger supreme. There, I trimmed my mustache. You think they will still recognize me? Pretty sure. All right, Splinter, here comes the rhymes. Window of spirits, give us wide berth. Let's connect the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to Earth. And connect the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to Earth. The reception's not bad for a call from the center of the universe. Yeah, actually, they call it Eternia here, April. That's not the important part. The important part is that we get to dress like gladiators here. April, can you check out my socials? Did the joke about how unicorns should be called near horses and get any likes? Thanks on. Guys, focus. Orko's learning his magic so we can compare intelligence. Boys, are you okay? Right. Sorry, Father. Father. We did kind of disappear and then say we'll call you with a weird elf. You both were probably really worried. Our bad. If you guys would chill, I could tell them everything. Can I tell them? I feel like it'd be more compelling if I do. Oh, he's right. He's right. You're dry, Leo. And he's right. You're dry, Leo. What? No, Donnie, am I dry? Like a mouthful of cinnamon, bro. They're okay. Fine. April, Splinter. It goes a little something like this. We track some of Stockman's Mousers back to the TCRI, Techno-Cosmic Research Institute, building. We figured it'd be the usual robo-tussle and scrap. And then things got hella weird. And see, he's good. And Krang and Shredder were in the middle of a deal with some otherworldly demon mage named Skeletor. Yeah, demon mage is a job here. In exchange for magic, both black. Krang had been supplying Skeletor with mutagens, so we rained hell on the parade. A total slay. But apparently, you're not supposed to interrupt evil spells, because we ended up here, where the blue Boney does his bad and business, mostly against King Randor, Queen Merlina, and their son Adam. Because Skeletor, he wants the power stored in Castle Grayskull, which Eternos protects. We met Man-at-Arms and Tila, agents of the Crown. It seems Skeletor was an old enemy of theirs, and they'd keep him at bay for years with the help of a barbarian hero named He-Man. And he's the man! But Skelly's thugs got in a big-time boost. When you mix Ultra mutagen with demon magic, you get nasty purple poison that'll turn any henchman into a total boss. And Man-at-Arms and Tila had to fight them without He-Man. Because since just a little bit before we showed up, he's been missing in action. That's why we stayed here. The Bushido virtue of honest requires us. Krang and Shredder are our enemies. Plus, we've got the experience of kicking their butts. And we really look really good in page boy hair. Mikey, right? Forsooth and for Camelot. Fellas, it's time. Trust me, a Man-at-Arms is very into punctuality. April, Master Splinter, Man-at-Arms is organizing an attack on the mutagen production quarry. We're needed. Oh, well, geez. Good luck fighting a techno fantasy war. And we've got this. And then we can go home for a thin crust cheeseburger supreme. Sort of. And Sword of Crognard. And Helm of Balls. Orko, wait. Splinter, Duncan, Man-at-Arms. He kind of took me under his wing. You know, Tinkerers Unite. And well, he told me something. It's a secret. But in a pretty tough moment for him, he said Prince Adam is He-Man. A kid our age is the champion of a whole planet. And Duncan, he said he could have stopped Adam from taking up a magic sword and becoming He-Man. If he had, he thinks maybe Adam wouldn't be missing. He said he knows Eternia needs a hero. But sometimes he wishes he just let Adam be a normal teenager. I was just wondering, did you ever feel that way about us? Donatello, I seal this window like a vault every single day. Every single day. Tim Seeley really gets the Turtles, doesn't he?
Yeah, especially if this goes about the IDW ones, which were the reincarnations of Hamato Yoshi and his sons.
Well, this is more the anime series with some elements from IDW, clearly, because the designs and everything are clearly the 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Especially April.
I much also remember having watched the 2003 animated series when I was...
Right.
Well, when I actually remember it was coming out on TV.
Yep. Also, Tim Seeley's had a long history with He-Man. Of course, perfect for the job. This glowing sludge has brought our world to the brink of chaos. It has given new powers and new allies to our greatest enemy when we are at our most vulnerable. But it's also given us new perspective, new opportunity. These boys were once simple animals, and the mutagen gave them intelligence and ingenuity. Their wise mentor gave them skill and honor. This gave us new allies too. It gave us power, and we'll certainly need it. Skeletor and his allies have established a position near Grayskull. It is heavily defended and shrouded by Havoc magic ward. The sorceress was only recently able to get a call through, and we can assume the power contained within the keep is under grave threat. But together, we can vanquish this evil. Warriors, turtles, allies from beyond. They even have the neutrinos from Dimension X.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, how much do you know about the 90s cartoon?
The 90s, I not
Very
watched that.
little.
Yeah, very little. I'm more familiar with the 2003 series.
I gotcha. The neutrinos in the 90s cartoon were more like radical, they could say radical teenagers from Dimension X.
Mm.
And basically, and they're always about like, all the adults want to do is fight. All the neutrinos want to do is have fun.
Uh-huh.
But they're also the resistance, so they can fight. They just don't want to fight.
Mm.
From beyond, we are relentless. We are unflinching. No sludge will deter us, no matter where it comes from. Together, we are masters of the universe. No, Man-at-Arms, please, the message, it was to keep you all away from this place. Oh, geez, the sorceress shakes in her booties. The forces of a turtles come, Craig, and they've got your tortoises in tow. An inevitability, Skeletor, and one we're prepared for. Finally, fate aligns in our favor. No more embarrassing defeat. The unified forces of Dimension X, the Foot Clan, and Snake Mountain. We'll crush all who have dishonored us for eternity. Give him shell, cowabunga! Oh, jeez, look at all this.
Yeah, this looks like already the final battle of a different story.
So we open with this.
Yeah.
Get to the slime pit. Without it, they're the same scum we've been trouncing for years. These moments. Hey, what's the hair? Where everything really comes together. Heroes and villains. Go back to the zoos, bees. Worlds perfectly meshing. On all the threads tying up nicely. Moments like this. Excellent work, son. This is like totally when it all starts to come apart. The tide turned. Should we join our beleaguered minions on the battlefield? Funny. Anyway, now to unleash the real weapon that will eliminate our enemy and get us into Grayskull. Yeah. And to think, the idiots thought our most ambitious project together was Mousejaw. What an utter lack of imagination. Oh, and this isn't supposed to happen. Not in a flies in the face of everything good and decent way. Like a fundamentally opposed to the nature of the universe as dictated by the wisdom of the ancients kind of way. I should have known. I really should have. I mean, I spent time with the turtles. I mean, He-Man and Adam. He changed his hair. We've literally traveled to the past and the future and across the universe like multiple times in multiple universes. Yeah, this is how Renee talks. She does the and all that.
Uh-huh.
I know the world around them is fluid and thin. It's permeable to high strangeness. They cross over other paths all the time. And He-Man, he's the bearer of the power of Grayskull. That makes him the center of the universe. Around him run all threads. He's not just a strong guy with a nice smile. He's a force of dimensional gravity. I knew I had to stop those Ninja Turtles and He-Man threads from getting all tangled up. Oh, Adam, because knots in the universe cause all kinds of trouble, but mostly pain and death. And if it wasn't for the fact that someone totally stole my scepter and I had to use swords simultaneous like ancient prototype, I would have. I'm Renet Tilley, apprentice Timestress, and somehow I'm too late again. I don't want to be here when Splinter finds out. Take me away. I need a place. I don't know, before all I need a place. I don't know, before all this all began. Not wherever the threads got knotted. Duh. Not. It's a non-specific place. Guessing. Ah! And students, and always there are students flailing and falling, ruining everything. Now it's the time of the master. And after, all right, a jail cell. I don't give a specific place, and you figured I meant prison. And I feel like I've heard that whine before. Maybe while riding dinosaurs. Raphael, guys, knew it. Hi, Renee. Hey, are you here to rescue? Because I have thoughts. We went to space, and then we found out the hard way we kind of have enemies here. It's okay. That's good. That means I'm not too late in a time travel sense. Hang tight, and I'll get this dumb scepter to move, you earth scum. Guys, gosh, freaking Roonies, ladies and gentlemen, I demand, and you demanded it. You screamed for it. Now our beloved prime leader and special sponsor, Space Jews, the Swill of Champions, have delivered all the way from Earth a quartet of snarling ruffians you love to hate, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I smell violent. That's a big crowd. You guys want to open with a banger or a crooner? From the homeworld. You know them. You love them. You've been waiting for them to get the victory they were robbed. The Triceraton All-Star Team. We who may be about to die salute you. Okay, this is bad. Sure. And sure, but the boy survived this before. It's much better than Skeletor and Purple Mutagen, but that's not all, ladies and gentle stars, because your prime leader loves you and the All-Star Team has so much to prove. A new combatant will enter the ring. Who's this clown? And look, I don't want to fight. I was just trying to protect the prince. Hailing from the very center of the universe, he comes to the outer rims of existence, the battle for his savage life. Oh, no, please, not He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Time loop. How's that for the start?
Ja,
Crazy, huh? See what I meant about how they get us home so much right in the first issue?
Yeah, always. So, and then the framing narrative goes from to climax, then it travels back in time to other part, and then it just.
We basically know what to avoid. We basically know what they have to avoid. He-Man getting turned evil by the mutagen. That's clearly what happened.
Yeah, clearly.
And clearly, Krang and Skeletor underestimated what He-Man would become. Oh, look at these designs.
Yeah, Freddie Williams Riga.
Yep. Yep. If you're just joining us here at the Tri-Sports Arena, you're in for a treat. But first, every moment that this goes on, the chances that it all ends up like it did before gets a lot better. Nice Space Jews. Yes, the Swill of Champions. And yeah, I'm an apprentice Timestress from the 79th dimension of null time. When my head is heavy and my horns are dull, I grab a next. And sure, I have this time-scepter, and it should be able to take me like anywhere and anywhere. Now, back to the mat. If this looks familiar, well, some of these combiners have been here before. But last time, the dysfunctional thing just dropped me in here. Yes, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the All-Star Team never got to finish their last match. So maybe it's time to do something a little different. But what do you think about Renee?
As a point of view character.
I heard her dialogue can be infuriating, I admit.
Yeah, it's
the like and everything, but it's also a reminder of how this is how she was originally written, because she was from the 90s.
But she wasn't in Josie's day as a product of the 90s and never lived past it.
Well, to be fair, she was plucked out from it as well, so why would she change? But the addition...
could also be that she never lived anywhere else to grow into different kind of time.
She has lived with the other Time Master and Time Lords, but they've done nothing. They never complained about her dialect. So it's more of a case of they've never encouraged her to change it. So why bother?
Yeah.
But the addition of this newcomer, He-Man, promises to make this one for the history feast. Hey, old beef, are you paying attention? We're about to get run down by Triceratons. And you have to speak the language of muscle and loincloths, Mikey. Kriga and Badula and by Crom. Earth's in English. I understand you. I was just waiting for the right moment to do this. First blood will be mine. And son of a she-saurus. I'm a turtle trained in ninjutsu by Immune Rat, and I'm not sure I've ever seen something quite that cool. And serious command of the stage, bro. By the way, if you're wondering what these are, obviously they can't breathe in space, so.
Oh.
That's what that stuff is. And don't get too excited. I don't fight for anyone's entertainment. My brothers and I don't either. Well, I do. It's just one of the reasons my dad called me irresponsible. Ha! Yeah, I can relate to that. I mean, could when I was younger. No, I have already suffered a humiliating defeat at the end of these hornless reptiles. Chink! Activating Cybersaur Boost Pack. I have put too much effort and too much prize money into my dreams of vengeance to be denied again. And when you are all dead, I will ensure the next world crushed under the Empire's three-toed foot is a Turtles, barbarian. And hey, boop and boop. Damn. Deactivating Cybersaur Boost Pack. No, wait, damn. You suck, boo, refund. Looks like the crowd wants their money's worth. Well, Zed Larkin agrees. What say we unleash another beast from the savage land of Eternia? Monstroid! What's a monstroid? You don't ever want to know. Yes, a prize worth every Zumaloop. The prime leader paid the horde, I say. How do we get out? A lot of people here, right? And a lot of people here, right? Got to be a hangar like a parking lot. Maybe under the stadium like the Lincoln Center. Lincoln Center? What? A guy can't fancy a little chamber music sometimes? Say no more. I can drive a sky sled or a Wind Raider type interface if I need to. We still don't have our learner's permit. And really, I thought you were a barbarian. And wait, how old are you guys? Oh, right. Oh, man, you were right, He-Man. I totally did not want to know. Yay! Yeah, Spider Mastermind, I was thinking the exact same thing. Yeah. It looks just like the Spider Mastermind. Yeah. Which, to be funny, the Spider Mastermind looked a lot like Krang. And get ready. He's got claws and laser eyes, and he can spin around like the eye of a hurricane. And guys, they do that. They're ninjas after all. Hi, He-Man. I'm Renet Tilley. We've met. Or we will. You need to get as far away from here and the turtles as possible. But until we have a plan, I'm not going to zap you away with my scepter because it could make the knots worse. Lady, I don't know what any of this means, but watch out! Jam, you're hurt. Aren't you the most strongest dude ever or whatever? Monstroid isn't just some dumb beast. He's a biomechanical god from the abyss of Rakash. High technology and Stygian sorcery in one. He doesn't like me one bit, and the feeling's mutual. Go, Renee! Ain't that nice? The beach blondes are bonding. What a ride! Man, but there's this Nazi, and if you guys all get together, come on, you unbelievably noble slab of beefcake. I thought you said you weren't trained as a pilot. I'm not, but I played a lot of video games. Okay, so we've got a lot to talk about, but first, I'm just going to tear off this one particular bandage right away. He-Man, tell them the secret. What? I don't know what you're implying, but we're billions of miles from Eternia, and trust me, what I'm about to tell you won't be made any easier by, like, secret identity, so stop the caveman act. You might as well, brah. She looks ditzy, but she knows everything. And one time, she told me the hour, minute, and second of the first time my voice cracked. Let the power return. He's a teenager. He's a blonde guy inside he's a blonde guy inside a blonde guy. Barbarian, my butt. I'm Adam, Prince of Eternia. The power gives me the fabulous secret powers of Castle Grayskull. No one is supposed to know because He-Man has enemies and family. Yeah, we hear that. Stop getting along. Look, before this gets any worse, I need to track this all back. How did you all end up in Empire space captured by Triceratons? Well, let Mikey tell it. He had that special sauce. Yo, big doings for the TMNT. We were helping our homies clear out a malignoid swarm on planet Neutrino. Our Master Splinter really wanted to come home. But just before we left, our girl Kala alerted us that scouts had spotted a Utrum ship. The neutrinos tend to keep an eye out for that kind of thing, being at war and all. So Kala gave us a ride to follow it. We got off at the station, I guess you call it, and it was just stuffed full of villains. Maligna, Lord Dreg, the worst, like the Triceratops Prime leader even. And I guess that's how we got nabbed by 20 of his Hornedness's Imperial Guard and shuttled back to the homeworld for a rematch. You ever wish your biggest problem were just zits and hormones? Every day. Well, I was on a diplomatic mission on the planet Geolon with my mom, Queen Marlena. Given Eternia's good standing with Stonadar, it was a training run more than anything. In the middle of a state dinner, I got a message from the sorceress. Skeletor left Eternia in a collector ship. That was weird and definitely not good. So I played dumb and acted like I accidentally activated one of Stonadar's Astro Erasers to go after him. I followed Skeletor, and look at his mother. She's all like, "Oh, Adam." I followed Skeletor to the same station you all saw, but my ship got captured by Triceratops. I turned into He-Man to fight them off and realized I was stuck. The only way I can explain it to my mom is if I made it seem like He-Man had rescued Adam from the other end of the universe. The Queen will be so worried, but maybe that will make her forget that she's really disappointed. Scepter, I know you're junk, but can you at least show Blastorama Pleasure Dome? She's showing there. This place is a secret home for every warlord, despot, and lord of destruction in the universe. I need to know your stories because they're different from all the other times the bad guys meet up. Other times? Okay, let me take a deep breath here. I tell them everything. How I was in Lord Simultaneous's gallery of significant events when I saw something I never seen before. It was the Turtles on Eternia, a massive battle over a purple mutagen created after Skeletor conjured a new henchman and summoned Krang instead. I tell them how I saw everyone die, how I saw myself show up too late. I explain how I tried to fix it quickly before Lord Simultaneous saw, but barring his scepter, but I kept hitting this knot in time, and then I lost the scepter. Okay, I was distracted. You ever see threads of time tied up like a shoelace? It's freaky. Explain how I had to come back and use my crappy train scepter. But no matter how I tried to change the Turtles and He-Man meeting up, they still loop right back to it. So the boys and I make a plan because we all agree the best way to keep the threads from getting tangled is to keep them separated in the first place. Manhattan, New York, Earth. Okay, so and we've got this down, right? Up Skeletor's influence, avoid threads that lead back to the Turtles like the plague. And right, Rooney, Adam, I'm off to the knot. Hopefully whatever we did here has loosened it up. New York City. Mom always said you were beautiful. Ain't that precious? What's in the bag, princess? Okay, give it over or we'll stain that pink vest red. The threads. I can't say they're exactly like loosened. Unbelievable. That old lady just walked by us. Bunch of talking turtles late at night. And all she did was say, "Hi, Eternia is crazy." And, "Hey, guys, I don't want to be alarming, but where's Mikey?" Oh, leaving the message. But they're different, rearranged. And that's good. Maybe that's all I need to really get in there. Whoop! And find out what's gumming up the works. And did you hear the advice, tourists? When in the Big Apple, always wear comfortable shoes. And don't never run from Bebop and Rocksteady. By the power of Grayskull, I have the power. Huh? You brought a friggin' magical sword to my town. Uh-oh, Casey. I'm inside the nut. Where did it first begin? Eternia, prehistoric Earth, Assyria, Doof. Oh, Now, and what'd you do, nunchucks? Adam seemed so worried, I felt in my shell. Just wanted his mom to know he's okay. But I made sure I didn't interact with Man-at-Arms or Tila. Heads up, face down. Nope, a dojo. I'm in Japan, but when? And with who? Oh, I'm gonna need you to come see my friend Splinter, or I take that sword and put it somewhere uncomfortable. That was me asking nice. Yeah, I'm trying to go for the 90s cartoon where he talked like a Clint Eastwood. Tell me who you work for, and it better not be Skeletor. Oh, fiddlestick. Splinter, where are you? This is why I say it's the 90s. That's Hamato Yoshi, and that's Splinter.
Huh.
No, so it's not the 90s. So again, this is like a pick and choose.
Yeah, because I know something about the 90s cartoon, and then was also the 2012 cartoon. There was Hamato Yoshi turned into a rat, and in 2003 version, it was the pet.
Yep, and then since then they've been having other weird variations.
Yeah, like I already said, IDW made it that then be reincarnations of the.
What do you think of this so far?
It's holding itself together. I don't want to say with duct tape and prayer and
a prayer. But it's still fun.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. But it's still kind of.
It's easy to get lost.
It's like going from set piece to set piece.
It's easy to get lost. It's very easy to get lost.
Yeah. I looked to the side for a while and thought, okay, did I lose something important right now?
But okay, let me see if I got it all. Shredder and Krang met a demon mage guy from a place called Eternia, and they're trading specs and sex to make a more dangerous mutagen. And you're a teen prince with a magic sword who's never been to New York before, and we're supposed to just let you find the bad guys while the Ninja Turtles are on your world? Because if you and the guys cross paths too often, it might cause some sort of temporal catastrophe. Yep, that's pretty much all of it, ma'am. Sounds like a bunch of Goongala to me, O'Neill. Referencing the 2012 series, Goongala. No, Keith. It says ancient wisdom and immense power within this alien metal. Atom speaks the truth. I love Splinter, always the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't care for some versions where they don't have him be like the rise and everything. Just don't care for that.
Yeah, the lack of Master Splinter in the Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, that was something I criticized. How many times did I bring that up? That the movie would have been better if Splinter was there to essentially look down on both Batman and the Turtles and have them on an equal ground.
Yep, because I still loved in the third miniseries him being in the Alfred role, right down to being the butler, but being the father figure. I still make the joke: how many alternate histories does Batman have up in his noggin? Because he should have a lot by now.
Yeah, totally depends which.
And I'm talking by canon stories alone, not just
canon stories alone. By looking at, there was a distinction between in 2011 with post-crisis and New 52 versions, and even when he tried to kind of meld them together with Rebirth.
Because you also had so many times where he's had a story, people give him a story where he got to have a history with his family, his parents, and then he has that up in his head still, and it's like, but no one else references that, and then he has someone else do a story like that.
Yeah.
I'm saying, how many alternate histories does he have up there?
And then there's the whole thing how with Peter Tomasi went to do that he starts a new tradition of no longer leaving roses to the crime alley where they died and doing the paper boat. Has anyone actually caught up with that or kept it up?
Yep, but then that's my story. Then that's my city. Then that is my boys. Renet is going to be so mad at me. Look, I didn't want to cause a scene, which is why I let the Twitchy guy bring me here in the first place. Twitchy, but no offense to any of you. I'm the most powerful man in the universe. I can handle this by myself. Oh, wow. Ugh. Gotta find Shredder, this Shredder guy. Come on, Adam, think. How big can Manhattan really be? You are so like my son, confident with youth, but blind to what you do not know. What? And you move with the grace of a water buffalo. Hoof! To face Orokusaki this way, and this way, one of the greatest ninjas to ever live will lead to your downfall. Maybe you'd like to learn the ways of ninjutsu first. I happen to know a teacher. So your story is, I think this is the other annoyance, is we have to keep rinse, repeating all these things.
Yeah, it's one of those things like no one is ever at not everyone is ever present when the situation is recapped, and then when more people show up, you need to keep telling it over and over again.
Yep. I mean, it makes sense in universe, and yeah, it's kind of like one of those stories things where you should stop to explain it. Like you guys are a bunch of mutated animals from the planet Earth, trained in an ancient form of combat, and you're avoiding He-Man so hard that you sent him to your planet because a time-traveling girl from the 79th dimension and 9th dimension of null time said so. I mean, that totally tracks for me, pretty much. Guess another Miro day around here, right, Man-at-Arms? Your account does seem to pass my interrogator, Orko. You can lower your pistol, Captain. So everyone is cool with high strangeness here. And I guess if they're okay with green guys and shells, they can handle interdimensional hijinks. Eternia is home to hundreds of intelligent species, from the guard to the witches and everything in between. So I'd have guessed you guys were Kilbians like Lizard Man. And hey, we ain't Lizard. Raph, the point is we can stop Skeletor from disseminating the purple ooze in the open here. Yeah, but now with them, remember? And I used to up our one interaction with Adam's people card already. Sorry, guys. And cool lab, Mr. Arms, sir. Wait, 2 days ago, 3 heroic warriors on a routine patrol at the border of the Dark Hemisphere didn't return to base. And Roboto managed to send back this image before things got dark. Guess that Blastorama date with Skeletor went well. Krang, he's probably got his lab spitting goop already. I bet he's in his experimentation phase. With He-Man gone, I'm hesitant to send more warriors or any of the Palace Guard. Man-at-Arms, I can handle this myself. No, Tila, we don't go up against an unknown enemy without intelligence or experienced guide. Okay, you're the old soldier, Dad. So how about it, boys? We got it right? No matter what Renee said. Our code does say we can't turn down those in need. I'm in, but only if I get to unlock some of that sweet gear. Sweet gear. You touch that stupid wig, Mikey, I swear I'll break your fingers. Yep, you read that right. I'm like years behind He-Man and the Turtles in a dojo that smells like sweat and hamster bedding. It's also inside a literal knot in time where the lives of my friends keep getting all snagged up and then ending like really abruptly. And I'm here using my time-scepter to hide in between moments so I can figure out how the hell to untie it. I'm hoping the only one who can sense me is Splinter the Rat. At the Timestress, I know how this story eventually plays out. Amato Yoshi feuded with Oroku Saki over a lover, there's a murder, a frame job, and Yoshi flees to America while Saki turns the Foot Clan they created into a criminal empire. Yada yada, we get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, their mentor Splinter, and their arch enemy, the Shredder. But that hasn't happened yet. Here, Yoshi and Saki are homies, but they aren't without their beef. Yoshi, I think it's time. I have enough students, Saki. I'll train him. I'll learn more by teaching. And he's strange, always playing with that yarn between his fingers. He's never removes his shoes when he enters the room. And Splinter doesn't like him. Ha! You take advice from a rat and call others strange? He is unusual, perhaps, but the Foot needs warriors like him. If it's to extend and expand, he moves like no one I've ever seen. And he lives and breathes the virtues of Bushido. Saki, how can I trust a man who won't reveal where he comes from? A man without a name. I am from a broken place without honor or character that deserves its suffering. But I do have a name. I am now Master Yoshi, one I have chosen for myself. I am the Red Dragon, born of the sun and volcano. I am Sekiryu. By the way, this is actually the name of an original ninja character from the He-Man figures that never got a backstory. So he's tying it into the old toys.
Okay. Sekiro.
I like that.
The Sekiro.
Yep. And I would be honored to serve you, masters, so that my true potential, you may unlock my true potential. The Gallery of Significant Events has never shown this guy before. He isn't mentioned in any history I've seen. I think he has something to do with the knot in time. and that is one sneaky ninja. Your skills have increased dramatically these past days, young prince, but a distracted mind does not lead to silent feet. Sorry, Splinter. I was just thinking, if my mom, Marlena Glenn, the astronaut, hadn't married the king, if she hadn't stayed on Eternia, I wouldn't be a prince. I'd never become He-Man. Here, I wouldn't be responsible for an entire world. I'd just be a normal, average teenager. Technically, you wouldn't have been born.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have had your father.
Yeah. Technically, he would have made
But I get his train of thought.
Yeah.
And I keep wondering if on the other side of this universe, the turtles are thinking the same thing. It's time. And the TCRI building is all of a sudden closed for repairs. And that seemed a little obvious to you, April? Yeah, that and the surges in the power grid, they were so hot to cover up. Ready to record me breaking some bad guy teeth? Ready to win a Peabody, you mean? And are you guys coming or He-Man? How the hell did Magic Muscles get past us? He seems to have had a very good teacher. Looking stout, kid. Resistance was pretty soft. I kind of expected more. Then I aim to please Neanderthal. Oh, Shredder. The heck am I looking at? And only from He-Man's world. Help me with a question I have. Do Earthmen taste as sweet as Eternians? I've got a better one, Shagrag. Right corner pocket or left? Skeletor warned me that you would be coming. He lent me his prized henchmen for such an occasion. His concern was unfounded. Oh, that's Beastman! You are a bumbling child, while I am a master. You are nothing to me. Maybe, but whatever else you got from Skeletor, I promise you, it wasn't worth the price of your soul. So that's Snake Mountain, huh? It is indeed both a snake and a mountain. Looks appropriately unsettling. And after a week in camping across Eternia, I'm kind of tempted to ask if they have any rooms available. Boys, attack on the border settlements have increased since Mossman's unit went quiet. Ram Man is way too hard-headed to die, so he's got to be in there. Chink! And I never leave a man behind. You know what I would really go for right now? Big slice and sloppy slice of fried green tomatoes and stinky and Russian cheese pizza. And guys, we're on an infiltration mission, so be quiet. And two, you're making me so hungry I could eat. Leonardo! The need for espionage at an end. Full front assault. Now! Attack! Free our men and lay waste to resistance. And hey! I bet that hurt, didn't it, man-at-arms? But not nearly as so much as the realization that these broken ribs came from one you long called a friend. All thanks to this little collaboration. And it was well worth my soul, He-Man. What in Skeletor's dark magic united with the technology of the Foot Clan and Dimension X has wrought is something beautiful. It took two moronic lackeys and gave them what they needed to be useful. Oh, jeez! This elixir doesn't simply unleashes evolution. It unlocks potential. Purple mutagen makes masters of student. Purple mutagen reveals truth. What we have created is your doom. Not good. If you're wondering how it's going in the past, well, the answer is not gooder. And tell me, and Sekiro, what did this other master promise you? The wizard guaranteed me great magic, but the wizard guaranteed me great magic, but you seek only power and are surprised when you are betrayed and used. You're a fool as well as a liar and understand nothing of the ways of the ninja. What is this wizard's name? Skeletor. Skeletor, Shredder, and the demon mage of Eternia and claim the same guy? For betraying your honor and the foot, you shall wear the wizard's sigil on your flesh. That's it. That's the connection. That's the source of the knot. And the tangle and threads led from this moment through the Turtles, He-Man, and the Purple Mutagen. And all those threats and that end in death. Nate, it's a shame I must kill you now. Both of us students. And yet you taught me one of the most important lessons. The enemy of my enemy is my greatest weapon. Sekiro! No, Sekiro's the past. I am Ninjor now. That's the name of his He-Man counterpart. Ninjor. Let me double check if that's right. Yep, Ninjor, and hold on. Sekiro Turtles. Nope. It's just Ninjor. Ninjor is directly from the He-Man's figures.
Oh.
But still, though, the fact he's tying into it.
Well, it's a good prime real estate and chance to take something that didn't work and taking it and making it work, or having it be a part of the.
He was one of the final Tories and one of the most obscure characters. So yeah, perfect use.
Yep.
Last issue.
Right.
Hiya! All Ninjor's manipulation of cause are chronological knots surrounding the events where worlds originally collided at the Foot Clan Dojo in Japan. And if I have any chance of stopping him, Scepter, take me away. I need a place. Take me up the thread, away from the knot, away from Amato Yoshi and Rokusaki, to where it all began. I just hope I'm not too late this time. All in good time. Revenge. That's always been Ninjor's game. Revenge on everyone who slighted him, who shamed him. A game that drove him to steal a time-traveling scepter from an unsuspecting and mildly distracted apprentice Timestress to study with the greatest warriors of all time. Then to bring anyone who might stand in his way together, manipulating the threads of time so they lined up with one very specific outcome. The creation of the purple mutagen that turns the hero He-Man into a savage beast who uses his big muscles for one purpose. Die! Except someone keeps using her less reliable and somewhat borrowed backup scepter to undo that horrible aberration and keep the threads separate, forcing Ninjor to come up with new ways to bring Skeletor and Krang together and to tie new threads drawing He-Man of Eternia and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of Earth into each other's orbit. And that really ticks him off. Please, don't let it be a jail cell this time. I certainly didn't ask for that overgrown weed to toss me out of my own mountain with the rest of the trash. And I had He-Man in my grasp. Who is responsible for this? Skeletor? Perhaps, Shredder, you should train your reign on our actual mortal enemies. Stop it, you meatheads! You're playing right into Sekiro's hands. Bring it on, you little uncooked turkey. I miss kicking your skull, Skeletor. I've also got some killer footage. You got competition for my heart in here, O'Neil. Sekiro? You know that name? A former Foot Clan student years ago. I recall him too, trained by Hamato Yoshi, but expelled for his dishonor. He chose to call himself Ninjor. I battled Ninjor once. He was an assassin from another world. He attacked King Randall of Eternos at your command, Skeletor. I promised him I'd teach him to use absolute power or something. After He-Man knocked him around, I sent him packing. And now he's aggravated, seeks to punish his former masters. But not just the teachers, Saki, also the students. Oh, gosh, Roonies. Ninjor said he came from a broken place without honor or character that deserved its suffering. This place, it was a school. And wow, and sure, where else do you think the guy at the Blasterama Pleasure Dome get their henchmen from? Renee, are you okay? No, we're trapped here. And if this goes bad again, I can't do a reboot. You will die for real, like forever. He-Man! Oh, no. I feel it. The power only ain't the most powerful man in the universe corrupted by our creation. Beautiful. Yeah, and the plan was to make him punch his way into Turtles of Grayskull. It was nice. Now, go!
Back to the beginning.
Yep, he's after us. We should go. Leave now. Go. No, I will face my enemies with honor. Listen to the brain. Honor is overrated. Men at arms, you're hurt. Get them and yourselves out of here. He-Man, I'm needed here. You aren't saving them from He-Man dunking. You're saving Prince Adam from what he'll do to them. Yes, gods, my little Adam. Yeah, they're treated like he's that uncle who does treat Adam like a son he never had. Move out. Come on, big guy, I've got you. The most dramatic part of the tale for your camera. Naturally, I was wondering how a round between me and the big boy would go. Oh, I'm scepterless, Leo. Your guess is as if we hold him back long enough, the ooze will wear off, right? I'm scepterless, Leo. Your guess is as good as mine. Go ahead and say it, Tila. He's the most powerful man in the universe, and I've got a stick. There's nothing wrong with a stick, Donatello. Thanks for your service, Captain. Captain, you guys distracted him long enough for the Mikey show to be good. Coming right up by the power of Grayskull. Dude, I thought I was gonna go full barbarian. And I say we make a stand, Man-at-Arms. No, we move until it's safe. It's been a pleasure working with you, Skeletor. Buddies forever. And fools, I let you use me as a lackey to teach me as a student. I took what you could give me. Take that! As a lackey. But the universe gifted me with what I deserve. The scepter that bends fate. Now you have done nothing you've done nothing I haven't engineered. Dancing along to the threats I pull over and over again. It was by my manipulation that you found common ground and equal enemy. The threads I pulled ultimately created this, the violent elixir of two worlds, formed by science and magic never before merged. Because this flesh I wear, scarred by you, Orokusaki, has never been truly mine. I was always meant for more, to change like He-Man, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was meant to be the fire, the volcano, the great dragon. Huh? Oh, wow. I have you, my son. Here, Dad, it didn't make me powerful. I goofed. You misunderstand the sword, Michelangelo. I have meditated upon it and found it imbued with great and ancient wisdom. It does not give power to those who want. He's coming again. And it's like fighting a freight train in furry shorts. It gives knowledge to those who need. And its most important gift is showing its bearer what it is to live with the changes from powerless to powerful. For some, this evolution is all that's wanted. An earth-moving desire restrained by the passage of time. Yay! For them, this transformation will only magnify their anger and grievance. It will supercharge their hate as if struck by lightning. It will allow them to finally punish all those they feel have slighted them. April O'Neil of New York City, huh? The sorcerers of Grayskull would like a word. But for others, it will reveal that great power unleashes the urge to stand with those in need. You have a strong desire, reporter of news, for knowledge. And we have to hold him as long as we can. He's too strong. To replace selfishness with selflessness. As a guardian of the wisdom of the ancients contained within this castle, it is a desire I can sate on people who such as those who change for the better with newfound power. People like you, Michelangelo, like Donatello, like Raphael, like Leonardo, like Prince Adam of Eternia. Champions like you are rare indeed. So rare that you know you must accept the loss of a normal life. So rare that those who love you the most know they have to bear the great pain of worrying for their boys every single day. The hell was that? Splinter reminded Adam who he really is. So that's what burning ooze smells like. Not exactly how I expected this old soldier to die. We have that in common. Wait, the story's not over. All who stood against me fell. What do you have, girl? I have truth. The purple mutation doesn't evolve you. The black magic it infects you with. A havoc virus. And then it attacks like cancer, feeding on fear. For He-Man, that fear was power being used to hurt people he cared about, to be uncontrollable. For you, Ninja Jar, it was that no matter how much you change, you could never escape yourself. It's all him. He trained himself through time. And when they disappointed him, he killed them. Your greatest enemy, Ninja, is you. Silence, girl. I am your better. I am the master of the universe. I fail. I fail again and again and again. Hey, Mikey, you want to do it? Nah, Leo, let He-Man do it. He's pretty good at one-liners. Oh, am I? Okay, how about this? By the turtle power of Grayskull! Solid! This isn't supposed to happen. And Splinter, my boys, you aren't supposed to get another chance when you make a huge mistake. Like losing your time-scepter when you stop in Eternia to look at some ducks. They were pretty great ducks, though. Okay, help a fatty buddy out. Just have the one teleporter. Sorry. You aren't supposed to be able to go back and untie the threads that, like, make up the knots of your life. Nuh-uh. But the rules go out the window when you're dealing with both He-Man and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And that's why I have to make sure this never happens again. I let them hang out long enough to apply what they know about the purple ooze to allies and enemies. It's nice to see Man-at-Arms smiles. I tag along as Lord Simultaneous asks the sorceress to imprison Ninjor in the nexus of all realities. And for your assistance in nabbing the chrono criminal, I'd like to make you an honorary Timestress Tilley-can. Now that the next order of business, find out where my prototype sensor went. It's gone. How weird. And then one more order of business. The knot already loosened up. It's my job to finally totally close it off for good. With this thread out, it'll become like the other versions of the story I had to undo, like they never happened at all. Well, I guess this is where we say, good journey. I love how they keep referencing that line from the live-action movie.
Huh.
All those experienced connections and combinations will fade from their mind. The good parts and the bad parts evaporating like rain on a sidewalk. All the lessons, all the moments of lonely kids finding a place they could finally fit in. The experience of meeting others who understood what it's like to be a teenager with the weight of the world on their shoulders. Gone, forgotten, kablooied. And what's one little loose thread? Oh, geez, look at this splinter.
Huh.
So they leave it open for a possible future.
Huh.
So how was that?
It was
Oh, wait, hold on a sec.
Well, while might have this thing about it. This felt like it was building itself like it was an idea to have a crossover. Then it lost its setting and had to come up with a new setting. Then it came up with one idea. Then it went back to actually show some interaction story with all the characters in it. Then it tried to justify how it was being told, and then it went to the aspect of having an actual proper climax. But ultimately, it just felt like a lot of stuff was happening. And then it just needed to have this one time traveling character to make it make sense. Okay, I'll try to remember those when Robert comes back.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
so again, what is your thoughts?
Yeah, I just spoke them aloud, and it's been like it was a story that it had a setting, then it lost its setting, and then it had to try to find a way to justify itself. And then pretty much it was from a set piece to another set piece, while having characters and acknowledging what the and having them be written in character, and then having it make sense while being told from the point of view of.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not the greatest of the crossovers. The He-Man and Injustice one was a much more coherent one than this. This was just a mess.
That was
mess.
It was longer.
Yep, and I'll say this: but this was a fun mess. I will say that.
Yeah, at least it had that tried it with. Actually, the Ninja or Sekiro and the character, it was. I kind of also made to realize that it's also a character who was made up but didn't happen to exist in the stories told before.
Yep.
And try to pretty much justify his existence as the villain of this story.
Exactly. That's exactly what they did.
Kind of pretty much like how the Shadow generations had Mephiles.
Yeah. Yep. But I will say I did like the subversion that Mikey didn't go barbarian. It was Splinter through studying its wisdom. I did like that.
Oh.
Although this notion that he basically had been training himself through time comes a little out of nowhere. April becoming temporarily the sorceress wasn't interesting, but that felt a little tacked on.
Yeah. Oh, that was April. Yeah.
Yeah, that was April who became it because you had the sorceress talking to her.
Oh.
Again, kind of comes out of nowhere. Feels like some of this is set up for. Now, I do like, of course, Renee, like this whole notion that once you undid the knot, then the events of the crossover would have been undone. Slowly, not instantaneously. But then she leaves it going. Because she can already tell there's going to be a lot of fun adventures.
Yeah. In some headcanons, maybe. I'm not sure if they ever get a chance to redo those.
No, they could.
Or just leave them as ideas that are best told in the reader's imaginations.
Right, but you can definitely tell this was definitely as a comic done to justify the figures.
More or less. Or not even, more than less.
Yep, I'm double checking about those. Yep, all these are designed off of the figures. So this was done clearly more of a case of, again, telling the story of the figures more than anything else. Justifying their, the combinations and all this stuff. So, I don't know how to feel about that. Go on, let me share that. Hold on. Oh, that's not it. Here we go. For example, we've got obviously the original with Leo and Donnie and all that.
Yeah, those are obviously toys.
Yep. Mutated He-Man, so they had to justify that. The Man-at-Arms design. Raphael, Shredder, again, giving it.
Shredder.
Again, all this was done to justify the new looks, clearly. Because we saw all these designs, so that's what it feels like this comic was, or why this thing, I think, got so convoluted. They need to come up with this big, messy story to justify
and justifications for all of these to exist.
Yep. Right down to, I'm pretty sure the thing with April. Even down to Stealth He-Man, and we haven't seen a Hordak yet, but we got a tease of it. So, but overall, I'd give this like a 6 or 7. Would you agree?
Yeah, 6 is probably about it. That it was held together with the duct tape and prayers, but still managed to.
It didn't fall apart. It didn't fall apart. At least, can we agree to that?
Yeah.
It did not. At least it didn't fall apart, which it very well could have.
It could have fallen apart, and it did, but it didn't. And most of the characters were used as well as they could have been.
Exactly. But again, could it have been better? Yes, but it could have also been absolutely completely worse. But yeah, so that's all we really got to say about this. Thank you for joining me on this Pika. Thank you, everyone else. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.
And may you heart jokainen kiinni.
Yep.